Welcome everybody to another episode of Freeze Peach Actually Gaming. I am Steven coming at you from Freeze Peach Gaming and a heightened sense of arousal. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is I. That is me. I am he. Who are you? Don't know yet. Please let me know in the chat. I hope everybody out there is having a wonderful Monday. Had myself a pretty excellent weekend, if I do say so. Got a lot of work done. Learned a couple of new skills. Watched a couple of shows. Been watching The Muppet Show, which I'll probably talk about that a bit throughout this, because I don't have any articles ready to go, so we're just going to be talking some pop culture tonight while I'm playing The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. One of these days I'll start playing, I'll finish up, well, not finish up, but, play some more Wind Waker again. I've just, I don't know, for some reason, got, locked into some Breath of the Wild, but before we get into that, let's say hi to the kitty. Oh, yes. Yes, this is my big old fat kitty cat here, a sweet Miss Ash. That's actually a lie. She's mean. She is a big old fat meanie, but I love her. She's sweet to me. Say hello to the interwebs, Miss Ash. Cats are good for internets. Oh, such a sweet girl. Yes. Don't ask me why she's so mean, but she hates every living thing in the world except for me. Super sweet, cuddly, sweet kitty to me. If anything else that has a pulse, she despises. I try to make her sweet. I give her lots of love and lots of hugs and pets, and I feed her well. I even buy her some expensive-ass medicated food so she can avoid having UTIs, because she does have a tendency to get UTIs, and that's no good. So say bye to the internet, Miss Ash. Who's such a sweet kitty? All right. Okay, I guess I'm just playing a game with a cat on my lap. That's just how this is going today. Trying to remember what I was doing before. Whoa. Those controls are late. Alright, let's go check out that town. Yep. Watched a couple of shows over the weekend. Decided to do a little bit of a childhood reliving. Watched some the 1995 hit television action adventure Hercules, starring the one, the only Kevin fucking Sorbo. Where is the shrine for this place? Hey, there we go. Yeah, had the idea that I would watch a bit of Hercules and kind of go through like the Hercules and Xena series, like as they came out, which means I'd have a full season of Hercules to watch first. 13 episodes, more of a half season. And then, whoa. Oh, you fat kitty. And then, kind of do a back and forth between Xena and Hercules. But, that got broken up. I decided on Sunday morning I wanted to watch some of the Muppet Show, because Disney Plus, despite the fact that I kind of hate Disney Plus and Disney these days. Kitty, that is my arm you are digging into. I know you're just trying to be sweet here, but you are digging in my arm. All right, yeah, go. Just go. To you who sets foot in this shrine, I am Miro Shaz, in the name of the goddess Hylia. Go fuck yourself. Hey, don't blame me for that. I'm just repeating what he said. You talk to Miro Shaz about that. Whee! Oh, boring. Ooh, that was close. Yeah, I decided to watch a bit of the Muppet Show, because, you know, who doesn't love Muppets? I think all of the weapons I have currently are, like, way better than that. Yeah. Oh, let's see what's up with this shrine. Oh. Am I supposed to stasis this thing? I forgot to read the name of this. Yeah, that's why they give me the iron sledge. So I'm supposed to stasis and then knock this thing into over there. Yeah. Oh, a little bit too much. Alright, let's try this again. I think that's going to be it. Hey, look at that. But yeah, you know, there's just something happy and fun that comes with the Muppet Show. Just a good time overall. You can't watch that show and be mad. Life doesn't work that way. Alright. Oh, I thought I was going to have to stasis that. Looks like I am. What's up, Godzillionaire? You know what? I did it just fine with the 8-iron. Yeah, you need a pitching wedge, not an 8-iron. Yeah, I think I did just fine with the 8-iron. Is this another one? Oh, yeah, this is another challenge. But yeah. Yep, watching some Muppets, listening to the music, too. Put on the Muppet First Movie soundtrack. Oh, not quite. Ooh. That's gonna miss. Yeah, way missed. Crap. But yeah, I have the first season on DVD, and though I hate Disney Plus, you know, there is some good stuff on there. Got not all, but enough of the old Muppet movies. Got the show. You got all of those classic 80s and 90s Disney shows that just, I mean, they all just rocked. Did also watch the first episode of Moon Knight, and, I mean, there have certainly been worse shows. From what I hear, I haven't watched any of the shows on Disney Plus that have come out. Like, I haven't watched Loki. I didn't watch Hawkeye or any of those, or even WandaVision. They looked kind of dumb, in my opinion. And everyone who was talking about them was saying they were shit. I'll say Moon Knight, pretty much what I expected. Oscar Isaacs puts off a really good performance. I mean, he's an excellent actor. Say what you will, he's a bit woke here and there, but that's another Iron Sledge, isn't it? Yeah. Did not need to run all the way back there. Oops. But, he is a good actor, so I will give him credit where credit is due. He did a good job. I've heard, people complaining about the accent and everything, but, I mean, I wouldn't know. I'm an American. Oh, way off. I had to buy some of the Diamond Select Muppet figures. Bought the whole Electric Mayhem. Oh, that's awesome. I'm not familiar with the Diamond Select, or those, like, premium figures. I might have to check those out. I'm not big into the toy collecting. I have a couple of stuff from like when I was a kid sitting behind me, but it's not something I kept up with much as an adult. I had a friend, I have a friend, still good friends with the guy. We play game together twice a week. We do tabletop games, but he was big into toy collecting for quite a while. Ooh, that was close. Yeah, love me some Muppets. It's always just, if you're ever feeling down, you're ever having a bad day, Jim Henson knows how to make you feel better. Oh, okay, I think I need to do 5 again. Oops. Alright, maybe 6. They aren't what I consider premium. They're about $25. I mean, for me, a $25 toy sounds premium. But I also haven't, I've been out of the market for a long time. Oh, that can't be right. So 5's not enough, 6 is too much. Have to figure this out. That was way low. Shit. That's definitely not going to make it. This better be something cool as hell that I'm unlocking here, doing all this crap. But yeah, first episode of Moon Knight. I'll say I enjoyed it overall. It wasn't as deep or, as enjoyable really as it's kind of unfortunate, like the best Marvel shows, even on even on Disney Plus, the best Marvel shows are the ones that were made by Netflix. See, that's going to fly right over. Yeah, there's something funky going on with this. Maybe I got to do 5 and an arrow. Let me try 5 and an arrow. Oh, once again. Gotta stasis it. Yeah, what was I gonna say? That did not work. Yeah, I thought the one part that I really thought did not work, just it absolutely did not work, in my opinion, for Moon Knight was when he's driving the ice cream truck, running away from all of the assassins, and they're playing Wham, "Wake Me Up Before You Go Go," which I like that song, by the way. I'm a Wham fan. All right, fuck this. I'm tired of playing golf with this damn thing. There's nothing that they're gonna give me that I 110% need. But yeah, I don't know. For some reason, like, I felt like that whole scene would have worked just fine if, rather than trying to be goofy and fun and playing Wham, which, like I said, song I like, it would have been better if they had just made it more dramatic, if they had leaned into the fear and terror that's going on through Steven's mind at the time. That would have been good. But the whole thing just kind of it pulled me out of the show a little bit. Reminded me it wasn't nearly as bad, but it reminded me of in season 3 of Stranger Things, which pretty much, in my opinion, for an overall view of Stranger Things, once you get past, let's see, that was my biggest gripe about this game. I feel like the shrines were just there to make the gameplay longer. I think so. I tentatively agree with the shrines just kind of expanding the gameplay. I feel like they were trying to replicate what you get in some of the dungeons in the previous Zelda games, because, in this you get the 4 divine beasts, but each one takes you like, even without any prior knowledge of what's going on in the divine beasts, each one takes you like 20 minutes at most. Whereas the shrines are kind of meant, I think, to emulate what the dungeons did in the previous games. It fails. It doesn't do it as well. The shrines are just kind of there, and some of them have some good puzzles. Some of them do. Some of them you can, there's some workarounds. You don't have to do everything perfect or, as intended, which I think is cool because they give you a lot of different tools, with all the different Sheikah Slate things. But overall, I don't know, it's not the same. Some actual frickin' dungeons would have been nice, and I'm hoping, now Nintendo is usually pretty good about listening to their fans and trying to make the best game possible for their core audience and their fans. So I'm hoping that is one of the gripes they pay attention to, because a lot of people have said that. And in Breath of the Wild 2, which we did recently get an announcement on, will be coming out spring of next year, which means like the end of spring, so basically going to be summer depending on where you live. I'm hoping we'll get some dungeons, some proper frickin' dungeons in the next game. Also some better bosses, the blights, whatever you call them, Thunder Blight, Water Blight, what have you. They're just they're not as good as the classic bosses. Like Dodongo, classic boss. Oh, well, I didn't need help on that one, Picongo. But yeah, I was talking about the scene in Moon Knight where he's driving the ice cream truck. It pulled me out of the show, kind of like how in season 3 of Stranger Things, which in my opinion Stranger Things should have ended after season 1. Frankly, it much stronger first season in that show. Much stronger first season. Alright, I needed to do some upgrading. But in season 3 of Stranger Things, they toward the end, it's like the last 2 episodes or so, everything's starting to ramp up. You know, the tension's driving. You've got like all 3 storylines are beginning to converge with each other. It's starting to get pretty solid again. It was getting exciting a bit. Still wasn't as good as season 1 as far as I was concerned, but I was getting invested into the show again. And then you have the never-ending story scene, which I know some people like that scene. I freaking hated it. And once again, another song that I really like. I love the never-ending story. Grew up on that movie. Watched it a buttload of times when I was a kid. But it wasn't a good time for it to be in there. You're supposed to be ramping up the action. Things are supposed to be serious, intense. You know, I'm supposed to be worried about these characters, and it doesn't work when you're like literally the whole world's about to end essentially, and you have to take a break for 2 of the characters in the show to sing the entire fucking theme song to Neverending Story. The hell is that shit? It completely pulled me out of the show, and the Wake Me Up As You Go scene kind of did the same thing. And it was also kind of like very, very blatant and very plain for me to see that just about every song that they play is... So I like them going with older music, and they're not doing like modern trailers do, where they... one trend with modern trailers that I cannot frickin' stand is they take an older song and they remix it to a newer style. Usually they make it a little bit slower and add some heavy drums behind it and some, someone playing a guitar solo on top of it. And it's like, just play the original fucking song if you're going to play the original fucking song. At least they didn't do that, and they just went with classic, sort of 80s rock songs, which is cool. I love my 80s rock songs. But what that did... I mean, it completely pulled me out of it, completely removed me from the investment, any investment I had in it so far, which was not that much. I mean, it's the first episode. How invested are you going to be right away? Not everything can pull off getting the audience invested, quite like I said before, the Netflix shows, the Netflix Marvel shows. Daredevil pulls you in episode 1. You're invested. You want to see what's going to happen after that. This one, it's kind of, I mean, I'll probably watch the next episode, but if it doesn't start to get better in 2-3 episodes, I'm probably going to drop it. I mean, I'm not planning on doing a proper review of Moon Knight or anything. I don't know, I've kind of realized over time that I'm a little bit picky about shows that I review. Like, I started doing The Witcher. In fact, like, the episodes are still up, and I had said I was going to do a full review of Season 2 of The Witcher. And I don't know, I became apathetic with the show. I even wrote like a whole script for talking about how I was apathetic with it, and I didn't feel like doing the video. Yeah, I can get these up to level 2. So yeah, Moon Knight overall, I don't know. I feel like it's going to be another Witcher situation where the lead actor is essentially going to carry the show for everyone else. With The Witcher, Henry Cavill 110% carries that show on his very broad muscular shoulders. Hey, how's it going, Yeet Boy? Welcome. Am I not getting all of the... Yes, welcome. I'm just talking about some Moon Knight, talking about Muppets, Disney shows, the old, not shitty Disney shows. Just kind of casually playing some Breath of the Wild here. Yes, hi. Welcome. I am doing well. I had a pretty solid weekend. How are you doing, Yeet Boy? Had a solid weekend learning some new skills, which, I don't know. For me, I always like learning a new skill, even if it's something for work. But yeah, I was learning some After Effects, Adobe After Effects, so I can start spicing up some of my videos a little bit. Also having to learn a new editing program because the one I was using, OpenShot, hasn't been updated for months. And it got to the point where when I was trying to upload videos, if they were more than like 3 minutes long, it would crash the program. So, but something else on the Disney Plus that I have been enjoying is I think it sucks that it's not that Disney doesn't, they own Marvel, they have the right to reclaim shows that they have sold the rights to, but I think it's kind of shitty that Disney just took the Netflix shows back from from Netflix. They put all of that time and effort and made, as far as I'm concerned, two really good shows. Daredevil, excellent show. Season 1, excellent. Season 2, it's okay. It wasn't as strong as Season 1. Season 3 picks back up. Season 3 of Daredevil, fucking solid. But then you also had Jessica Jones, which I liked Jessica Jones. I've only watched the first season of it, though. I need to go and make some more time to watch the season 2 of Jessica Jones. I don't know if it held up quite as well. Let's see. Oh, shit. No. There we go. All my stuff was burning. But yeah, it kind of sucks that Disney had to go and reclaim, Daredevil, Jessica Jones. There was also Punisher, which, Punisher and Iron Fist, I just wasn't interested in. I tried them. They weren't really for me. Luke Cage was also pretty good. Oh, thank you, Yeep Boy. I appreciate the sub. But that is one more thing, freaking hate Disney. Don't want to give them my money. But I'm also, I'm not sharing my password or anything. I wouldn't do that. That would be unethical. But, I might have, lent it out to a close family member or friend. I won't say which. So, there's somebody there, I let them use that. They're letting me use their Hulu and their, some other stuff. And so it's like, you know what? They keep using my Disney Plus. I'm going to let them keep using it. So it's fine. And you know what? If I'm paying for it anyway, I might as well enjoy it. So been rewatching some Daredevil as well, which is good stuff. Rewatching the first season of Jessica Jones. Those are not wooden. I see. Yep. There are also all of those classic Disney movies on there. So, at least I get to enjoy, the stuff that I grew up on. Actually, I haven't watched Aladdin in a long time. That was one of my favorites when I was a kid. Frickin' loved Aladdin. Oh yeah, the chat text showing up on the screen late. Yeah, that's just kind of a thing that happens. Not too much I can do about it. It's actually a delay from the stream itself, more so than anything else. But yeah, and you know what? Even Little Mermaid, I'm man enough to admit that I like Little Mermaid. Ooh, I should. Also, a lot of the Pixar films are solid too. Oop. I mean, they kind of have gotten... They've gotten a bit lame and formulaic over time, like the latest one that come out, Red something or other. That one looks kind of stupid about a panda. And apparently it's all a metaphor for menstruating, which, I mean, okay, yeah, that's a thing. But overall, yeah, gotten kind of lame. It also just doesn't look as good. Like, they used to put a lot of effort into Pixar movies. Like, there was a lot going on in the background, and I watched the trailer for that, Red whatever it is show with the panda, and, it just doesn't look like they put nearly as much effort into that as they did some of the older shows. Like Brave, which came out in, like, 2009, I think, clearly has more effort put into it. Ooh, hell yeah, Knight's Claymore. What are we ditching? Iron Sledge. Later. Like, yeah, what's wrong with the dedication? Yeah, they don't have any dedication to their shows. Nobody really cares. Nobody seems to give a single crap about how well their shows do. They make everything for, like, a single audience. And if you don't happen to be a part of that particular audience, then it's just not going to be for you. It's kind of like how it's something I noticed with cartoons as well. Cartoons, back when I was a kid, adults could enjoy cartoons, or hell, even like the Muppets. I was talking about them. Adults could easily enjoy the Muppets, no problem. I mean, I'm an adult, and I still enjoy the Muppets, and not just for, like, nostalgia's sake or anything. It's because it's a good show. Alright, let's hope I don't die here. Nope, that didn't work. Just nobody seems to really care about what's going on. Alright, Eat Boy, I'll see you back in just a few minutes. Yeah, don't feel bad. No one is required to be here, but I definitely thank you for stopping by. See you when you get back. But yeah, cartoons, not what they used to be. Now, one I will definitely speak out for. Now, it's also a bit older, so like the last really good cartoon that I can say I watched, probably gonna have to go with Gravity Falls. I frickin' loved Gravity Falls. I know it's not for everybody, but that is one show I would recommend even to adults. Oh. Ouch. I absolutely loved it. Now, of course, there's adult cartoons as well, which I was never super big into The Simpsons, but I've heard a lot of people say that The Simpsons have held up pretty well for quite some time now. Couldn't say for myself. I only watched, the first couple of seasons. Probably around the time, I don't know, season 10 was coming out. I had kind of checked out of The Simpsons, but a lot of people have said that held up. But the one, and I am still seething over this, the one that got canceled, got away, Venture Bros. We were promised one more season of Venture Bros. And that is my favorite show. Not just my favorite cartoon, it is my favorite show. I absolutely, positively fucking love Venture Bros. Cannot recommend it enough. What happened? Oh yeah, AT&T bought out Cartoon Network, which includes Adult Swim, of course. AT&T buys them out. And who do they cancel? Ven Bros. Only one of the best freaking shows on that entire channel, the entire network of Cartoon Network. They canceled Venture Bros. And I understand it's part of the unfortunate truth of, that goes along with that show. It did not have a very big audience. It had a lot of people like myself who are super fans who will put money down. I never ever went to Pirate Bay on that show. I never ever went to, trading with anyone. I never went to, waiting for a friend of mine to get the DVD and then ripping myself a copy. I never did that. I would put hard cash down for Ven Bros. Like as soon as it came out, I was paying for it. No problems. I was happy to give Doc Hammer and Jackson Public my money. So it's a show that has a lot of fans like that. No one who's not a huge audience, but a very dedicated audience. So I can't exactly blame the executives over at, the execs at AT&T, really. It wasn't really, wasn't, Cartoon Network's fault. If Cartoon Network had their say, the executives who owned it before had their say, it would have kept going. Oh, I got a kitty here. Hang on. Come here, kitty. Be stuck in my shirt. It's the Miss Ash again. Say hello to everybody, sweet kitty. But, yeah, we were promised one more season of Ven Bros to wrap everything up in a nice little bow. And I had faith in that show. It's one of the few shows that held solid. In fact, got better throughout. I mean, some of my favorite episodes are still in season 2 out of 7 total seasons. But I friggin' loved that show. Might be time for... screw it, Trident. But yes, and they canceled it. Nothing I can really do about it, though. Hey, welcome back, Eat Boy. Ooh, and I do not have many arrows. Let's see how this goes. Ow. Ow. That hurt. That hurt a lot. Yeah, I was just talking about Venbros. Shit, shit. And I'm dead. That is true. I could actually play the superior, and I do agree with you there, Ovidiu. I do actually agree with you that Twilight Princess is a superior game to Breath of the Wild, but, you know, I'm doing a lot of talking here, and I try to stay a bit engaged with the audience, and that's a little bit harder to do with all the heavy thinking that goes on with Twilight Princess. But I do agree that Twilight Princess is a superior game overall. Ooh, shit. I was actually playing a couple of weeks ago. I was playing Wind Waker, which I also think is a better game than Breath of the Wild. But you know what? This is a fun one. I do enjoy this game. Ah, there's the cannon. Yeah, this is certainly not my favorite Zelda game, but it is a fun one. In fact, pretty much any of the 3D Zeldas are better. Twilight Princess was better. Wind Waker, better. Ocarina of Time, way better. That didn't even hit anything. Oh, let him miss. No, got him. Oh, that's what I had to do with the other one. Shit, I'm taking them out. Those guys been fucking me up. Hell, the 2D Zelda games are better. Link to the Past, still probably one of the best Zelda games overall. Link Between Worlds. I actually really like that. I know a lot of people try to say that Link Between Worlds was a... you know, they try to say it was like a remake, kind of like how they did the HD remake. I disagree. I think that Link Between Worlds counts as its own show. And I think it should be recognized as such. No, I do need to go forward. The CDI games are better? Okay, that is a bold statement. Hell, Link's Awakening, a frickin' handheld Nintendo, you know, a Game Boy game, not even Game Boy Color, not Game Boy Advanced, a Hang on. I got mine right back here. Oh, the screen fell off. Link's Awakening, which came out for the classic. This thing is falling apart. Classic Game Boy. Ooh, I'm getting dark in here. That should be a little bit better. A little bit more light. Classic gray brick, I almost said gay brick. Gray brick Game Boy. Link's Awakening was a great game. Frickin' loved that. I did like the HD remake to it, which I own, and I'll probably wind up playing on stream sometime. Because as soon as I bought a capture card, it was like, oh, I could just play Zelda games. It's awesome. See, even the battery case, the battery cover falls off of that thing. It's so old. I got this Game Boy. This was the first game system I ever had. I have in it currently... Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Back from the Sewers. But yeah, I thought the HD remake for Link's Awakening was good, but frankly, the original was better. I mean, the HD remake for some of the other games I thought were solid. Twilight Princess HD remake, I have that. It's solid. Ooh, somebody's aiming at me. Who's shooting? Oh, I'm gonna get you. Got him. Ooh, I did need to go back, didn't I? Didn't I? Yep. Needed to use that first cannon. There was something I could take out with it. I think I'll be fine. But yeah, Wind Waker HD, I've got that on my Wii U. Which was another system I thought was horribly underrated. I know Nintendo really screwed up on their marketing with that. They promised it was going to be they promised it was going to be what the Switch is. It was going to be a handheld, integrated system. It was not. You know, handheld console integrated. It really was not. Let's see. Well, either way, I think Twilight Princess in general is a very underrated game. I mean, the story, graphics, and gameplay are fantastic. Oh, I completely agree. I loved Twilight Princess. I thought it was overall excellent game. Story solid. The graphics, especially for the time that it came out, the graphics were solid. The HD edition just does a little bit of essentially like a little bit of airbrushing to them. It doesn't overreach. It doesn't go too far. It just updated the graphics a little bit, which is actually where I think they went wrong with the. I think that's where they went wrong with the Link's Awakening update, is they completely redid that game. I think just a slight graphical update for Link's Awakening would have been perfect. Just a little bit of polish on it would have been perfect. Actually, I think really my main gripe with Link's Awakening is probably the camera fuzz. You know, you got that halo around everything that is just makes it all fuzzy. I did not like that. But yeah, Twilight Princess also had some of the best gadgets. The gadgets in that, better than Breath of the Wild's. I mean, these are more so designed for being more of a physics, you know, being used in like the physics engine of the world. You got, you know, stasis and magnesis and blah, blah, blah. And the bombs are always useful. But the top, you get a frickin' Beyblade in Twilight Princess that you ride, and there's a whole boss fight where you're riding on the damn Beyblade. It was awesome. And another thing this game is missing, I mean, you've got the, you get the glider and everything, which the glider's cool, but you've had a glider since what, I'm trying to think, first game that you got the Korok leaf in, Wind Waker. So it's not like a glider's anything new. Why don't you also have a damn, Yeah, Breath of the Wild is a bit of a physics simulator. Very much so. Breath of the Wild is more physics simulator than... I mean, it's a good open world game. It's, Also, this guy's kind of cringe. No lie. I mean, he pulls through in the end. It is okay, but he's a little bit cringe. But yeah, as far as all of the Zelda games go overall, this one isn't the best. Ooh, what am I trading out for this? Man, I have so many damn two-handed weapons, it's not even funny. Alright, I think the Knight's Claymore is going. Oh, that thing sucks. 15? I mean, it's good for breaking rocks, but shit. I don't want an iron sledge either. Give me back my Knight's Claymore. That's so much better. Yeah, and that is one thing they kind of ruined Link in this game. I mean, he's different for sure. I'm just glad they didn't make him talk. That was one thing I was worried about. Like, I started hearing the voice acting. It's like, oh, okay. There's only been a handful of Zelda games with voice acting. Please don't let Link talk. That would have ruined it for me. He's supposed to be the strong, silent hero. One thing that really kind of upsets me about this though, and I went through the timeline recently of Zelda games, and we were getting a new Zelda game every 2 to 3 years. For a long time, it would be either a 2D or a 3D brand spankety new Zelda game for years. The last original Zelda game that wasn't a remake, HD, whatever have you, was Breath of the Wild. This game. This was the last original Zelda title that we got. And it's sad. It's been, 6 years now? Coming up on 7? I think it was 2016 when this game came out. So we have gone 6 years without a fresh Zelda game. This is the longest gap there has ever been. And it seems like everything else has gone onto the back burner. They're working on Breath of the Wild 2. That's cool. But I want new 2D Zeldas. I don't even care if it's another sequel like they did with Link Between Worlds. I liked A Link Between Worlds. It wasn't just a remake of Link to the Past, which is still, in my opinion, the best Zelda game. But A Link Between Worlds was a good game. It was solid. It stood on its own. I loved it. And what do we get? We get Skyward Sword HD Edition. We get, Link's Awakening. And, HD Edition, which I get it. They had to do a lot of updates for Link's Awakening, but it's not the same. I want an original 2D or 3D Zelda game. Breath of the Wild doesn't count. Those are open world Zelda. They stand on their own. Where is this friggin' shrine? Oh, that's right. It's in there. That's close. I might not make it. Remember back when they made Ocarina of Time in 1998, and then 2 years later, Majora's Mask, and then another 2 years later, Wind Waker. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. 2 years later, we got Wind Waker. And even before that, it was, 1985 for original Legend of Zelda, which I wasn't alive for. Then 1986 or 87 for Zelda 2, Adventure of Link, which I know, not everybody's favorite game, but... Oop. But you know what? It still counts. It's another Zelda game. They tried something different with it, making it a 2D side-scroller for the action. It's a contentious game in the community, but nonetheless, they tried something. They put out another Zelda game. Then 1990, we got... I believe it was 1990. We got Link to the Past. Then we got Link's Awakening just a couple years after that. Then the CDI games, which, I mean, you like... You're saying the CDI games are better. I'm not going to say you like them. You're just saying they're better than Legend of Zelda, than Breath of the Wild. And then after the CDI games, which I don't know if that really counts because Nintendo didn't actually develop those. After the CDI games, we got what else? I'm trying to remember. I mean, we got a bunch of stuff. We got the that was it. Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. That's what we got after those. So, got Oracle of Ages, Oracle of Seasons, which are solid games in their own right. I mean, more handheld Zeldas, but solid games in their own right. Oh, this is my last arrow. Great. Gotta try and conserve it. Please don't... Oh. Alright, I'm ditching a weapon here. Yeah, and then we got... Ocarina of Time. 2 years later, we got another one. We got Majora's Mask, which... I mean, Majora's Mask, once again, a bit of a sequel. They didn't have to, like, make a whole new engine for it. Oh, bye, Trident. Yeah, they didn't have to make a whole sequel, you know, create a whole new engine for it, but nonetheless, still stands out on its own. Then, yeah, it was, what, 2000 or 2001, we got Wind Waker. Solid game. I love Wind Waker. It's one of my favorite Zelda games. I mean... The world's a bit empty with everything being mostly water, but nonetheless, I love Wind Waker. It's a lot of fun, that game. Then it was just a few years later, we got Twilight Princess, and then a few years after that, Skyward Sword, and during that time we got... I mean, there were other 2D Zeldas coming out, too. Oh man, yeah, I forgot about Minish Cap. Minish Cap was a great game. That was for Game Boy Advanced. Excellent game. Then we got that's around the time once the DS came out is around when we started getting the remakes, because we got it was the 3DS. We started getting the remakes. So 3DS controller's not connecting. 3DS, we got the Ocarina of Time remake, which was solid, and then the Majora's Mask remake, and that's around the time we got Link Between Worlds. Solid game, in my opinion. But yeah, and then we got Breath of the Wild, and when Breath of the Wild came out, I mean, we've got to admit, it was pretty big at the time. Got to be real about it. Breath of the Wild did most certainly turn some heads when it first came out. And yeah, that's the last original Zelda we had. Since then, we've just had HD remakes. We had HD remake of... what was first? Yeah, it was HD remake of Link's Awakening was the first one. How am I getting up there? Oh, I gotta shoot that with an arrow. My last frickin' arrow. Better not miss. But yeah, it's got HD remake of Skyward Sword, HD remake of Link's Awakening, which I actually haven't played Skyward Sword. It's one of the only Zelda games I have not played. Ooh, I think I am coming up on an hour here. Yep, it is 8:03. All right, well, I'm going to be signing off in just a few minutes here. Want to thank Ovidiu and Yeet Boy. I want to thank you guys both very much for coming by and stopping by this stream, hanging out with me for a while. I needed that, didn't I? But yeah, if you wanted to hear some more of what I had to say, I'll be hopping on to Shellback. Oh, let's not fight these guys with a Ooh. I'll be over on Shellback TJC's channel. Let me see if I can pull that up in the... Put a link to that in the chat. We'll be talking... I don't know what we're talking about, but it's always a bit of a pop culture and politics as we're doing a warm-up for Comics Division. I don't know if you're familiar with Friday Night Tights, but Comics Division over at Friday Night Tights has his own show on Thursdays. Or, sorry, Mondays. It's Monday. Yelling at parked cars. Anyway, I think they ruined Link in this game because at some point in the story he puts on Gerudo clothes. Yeah, he puts on the Gerudo, the female Gerudo outfit and everything. The Gerudo are much different in this iteration than in previous ones, I mean, yeah, that's okay, but at the same time, aren't we going to just acknowledge that Ganondorf came from the Gerudo, but they also don't mention Ganondorf at all. This is supposed to be, like, way down in the timeline. But yeah, I could see how that would be, yeah, that was a bit weird. He had to do the cross-dressing thing so that he could break in and, finally meet the leader of the Gerudo, who's, an 8-year-old girl. Give me that flame blade. But yeah, not the best Zelda game here. I will agree with you on that. But I do enjoy it. It is fun. It's more so just kind of a dick around Zelda, in my opinion. It's not quite as thought heavy as some of the other ones. The puzzles are typically a lot easier. Yeah, this one. But yeah. I mean, when you compare to the absolute unit he was in Twilight Princess. Yeah, it's, I think a lot of the problem with this is he has a lot more support in this game than compared to other ones. Like, you go out and you do the very bland Divine Beasts in this game, and then you get a new ability, which just typically not as cool as some of the items you got in previous Zelda games. So I can definitely agree with that. Yeah, like I said, not the strongest Zelda game, not the strongest Link in any of the Zelda games. The boss fight, the end boss fight in this game, I mean, actually fighting Ganon, the Calamity Ganon, was pretty cool. The actual boss fight part is pretty cool. And then after that, it just completely drops the ball with what is essentially a target training session You get the arrows of light, like in every other Zelda game. You get the arrows of light at the end that you have to shoot Ganon with. And in the other ones, like, it was tough. Like Wind Waker, it was harder to hit Puppet Ganon in the tail when he goes into his Moldoro form. And you have to hit his tail, just his tail, with the arrows of light. Way harder. And then you get to the actual Ganondorf fight, and you have to... Dark Beast Ganon. Yeah, sorry, Dark Beast. Yes, the Dark Beast Ganon fight, and at the very end of the game, super lame. It's an arrow training session. You ride up on your horse, you go underneath his belly, you jump off, you aim straight up, you hit him in the belly, you hit him in each of his sides, and then you hit him in the chest. It takes like 2 frickin' minutes, and you're in zero danger the whole time. They could have at least, upped it. Have like a frickin' army of the Guardians coming after you, like the full on, not the small Guardians that you see in these areas, but like literally have like 40 Guardians that just keep respawning, coming after you while you're trying to do that. Would have been completely different fight. I mean, that's all they had to do was up the stakes. You just went through this, not the most difficult boss fight in the world, certainly. I mean, hell, Ocarina of Time's sword fight with Ganondorf, way harder than Calamity Ganon, or Dark Beast Ganon, whatever it is when you're actually fighting Ganon in this game. It's, the boss fight, super disappointing, but where I think Breath of the Wild shines overall is with the exploration. It's seeing the world, and there's a lot to do in here. There's like 900 something Korok seeds you can find. There's all these little treasures hidden all over the place. You can tell they put a lot of effort into making the world itself, and I mean, this is the biggest Legend of Zelda world that they've done so far. The biggest Hyrule you've seen. I mean, technically, Wind Waker is larger overall, but I mean, it's like 99% ocean in Wind Waker, so I don't count that as being the same. So really, this game's more about the exploration. It's a good open world game, but a bad Zelda game. But a bad Zelda game. I enjoy it for its open world aspects, though. So that's the reason why I play it. But yes, I've got 20 minutes until the other show starts. So I threw that link up in the chat. That is for the Yelling at Parked Cars warm-up. Oh, yes. Yeah, I'm glad to have met you too, Ovidiu. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Makes me think of like Ovid, which... it's sheep, isn't it? It's like Latin for sheep or something. I just remember the magic card, Ovidimancer, which, you turn people into sheep. But yeah, check that link that I threw up in the chat there. That's for Shellback TJC's channel. Usually it'll be myself and Shellback, of course. It's his channel. And usually a couple of other people show up. Jens Peterson, yeah, Yelling at Parked Cars. Yeah, it's the warm-up for that. I won't be on actual Yelling at Parked Cars, but the warm-up over on Shellback TJC's channel, where we just kind of get you ready for the actual Yelling at Parked Cars. So, yeah, check that out. I'll be there in about 20 minutes. Wanted to thank you guys for stopping by, throwing yourself, joining in the chat. I really appreciate that. I do this stream every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern, U.S. time. So if you'd like to come and see me again, I'll be back next week. Who knows, Ovidiu? I might even take your suggestion and play one of the other Zelda games. A couple of weeks ago was playing Wind Waker, and I'm still really early on in that. Like, I'm at the first time you go to Dark Fortress in that game. So, but I might pop that in. Might play something else. We'll see. I've been trying to get, oh wow, I just brain farted. You're gonna recommend a vid? Alright, yeah. Ords, over at Ords World. or Ord's Board, which is his Twitter, he's been talking about doing a Mario Kart stream, and I have been trying to get that dude to do the damn Mario Kart stream. Like, you're telling me about it. Don't tease me with it. Let me in on that shit. I am ready for some Mario Kart, man. So, we'll see. Hopefully, we'll have some more streaming going on, but please, in about 15 minutes, run over to Shellback's channel. Even if you're just stopping by to give that a like and saying hi to people. But for now, want to say bye to you guys. Hope everybody out there has a wonderful day, and never be afraid to speak your mind. Oh, I'm boomering it. Where's the stop stream? All right, bye, everybody.